Modern rivals St Mary's and the Tiwi Bombers have more to play for than just the points today. Just 3 goals separate Darren Ewing and Matthias Liddy in the Dennis Dunn Trophy. It's the Dennis Dunn Decider. St Mary's and the Tiwi Bombers live on AFL NTV. Yes, it is a huge game of footy ahead of us, St Mary's and the Tiwi Bombers, and of course the added bonus of the Dennis Dunn Trophy on the line for Matthias Liddy and also Darren Ewing. Darren Ewing leading the battle by 3 goals at the moment. Will he hold on? We'll have to find out soon. Dave Kennedy's my name. Welcome to TIO Stadium here in Marara, which has just recently been smashed by a barrage of falling rain. The ground is quite damp at the moment, but the rain has held off. Earlier today, for the punters that have just joined us, an extraordinary result. Wanderers have defeated Palmerston to take the 5th spot on the NTFL ladder and secure a finals berth. The final score there, 11-14-80. The Magpies 9-7-61 as St Mary's go forward early. Vivian Kiranua cuts it off at half back for the Tiwi Bombers, but Cam Eilert intercepts. Little one inside 50. Shaq McKenzie's thereabouts. He just paddles it out towards the boundary line. Adam Tippenwoody couldn't keep it in. It spills out of play. Boundary throw in on AFL NTV. Another huge fixture this. So, of course, we're going to be keeping an eye on the scores around the grounds. At last check down the highway, Norbuilt Oval, Southern Districts giving Nightcliff a bit of a touch-up in an interesting game. A game where the teams will more than likely play off again next week. So the coaches no doubt some hesitations to show all their cards as Ryan Smith to Carl Lode intercepted. Ross Tungatalam, good smother from Cameron Eilert, forces it out. Half forward for St Mary's. Big welcome to TIO Stadium here in Marara. Dave Kennedy's my name. Gray Morris, the great man from NT News, about to join us soon on this fabulous Valentine's Day in the north of Darwin, as Cam Eilert gathers the loose footy. Little one in front of himself. Ozzy Wanamiri claims him and drags him out of bounds. Boundary throw in. The Bombers gain about 15-20 metres in territory. Hashtag AFL NTV if you want to join in the conversation. We're going to have a look at the finals throughout this game, the likely final schedule for week 1. Southern Districts to take on Nightcliff, 3:10 at TIO Stadium, and then the game on AFL NTV, more than likely going to be Tiwi versus the Wanderers. As Carl Lode knocks it out towards Geary, little handball over the top, and then he regathered the footy, kicked inside 50, and here's Stephen Milne with a sliding chest mark. He's going to have a shot from about 20 metres out. Maybe this is one man that could stand in the way of a Dennis Dunn Trophy for Darren Ewing. He might pinch too many goals off the big spearhead and cost him the trophy in the end. In comes Milne. First meaningful shot on goal for the match, and as he nailed it, not quite. He slams it into the left post. It's the first score of the game. It goes to the number 44, Stephen Milne. And the St Mary's are the first side on the board. It's Jason Purantatamiri, a welcome inclusion for the Tiwi Bombers. Kicks in, free kick, Lindsay Marine at half back. Bombers haven't had much of the possession early, almost 3 minutes gone in the first term. That's a good kick. Now this is where they link up. Dion Munkara, Gary Purantatamiri. That's where it comes unstuck. Rupert Papungamiri lost it. Wolbers was wrapped up. Shannon Rioli's there. Dion Munkara, little clearing kick up towards centre half forward. Ross Tungatalam's there, but so is Cameron Eilert. He fed the handball out perfectly. Ben Armat with a long kick up towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Stephen Milne weighted down. Tried to get it on the boot. He's almost claimed. In fact, he is claimed. Play on advantage, says the umpire. Ross Farmer takes the advantage and gets it to Dion Munkara. Not out of trouble quite yet. And now they are. They find Wesley Black on this near side, and he's going to go up towards the wing. Nicholas Daniels-Heenan, did he get one in the back? Umpire says yes, he did. Play on advantage, though. Foot race here. Roy Cantilla and Cameron Eilert. Cantilla dived on the footy, then palmed it out towards Wanamiri. Try to get the 1-2. In fact, that's Simon Munkara there, and then he was the one that infringed. And a free kick at half back to Cameron Eilert. If you've just joined us, welcome to TIO Stadium. Dave Kennedy's my name on AFL and St Mary's, just the one behind. That was kicked by Stephen Milne, and that's the only score of the game. Earlier today, Wanderers were 19-point winners. In doing so, secured a finals berth against Palmerston. They defeated Palmerston to secure a finals berth. More than likely, will play the Tiwi Bombers next week. The final score there was Wanderers 11-14-80, defeating Palmerston 9-7-61. Here's Mark McLean. No mark taken. Kiranua weighted down. Good handball. Clever handball to Roy Cantilla. Just throws it on the boot inside 50. Simon Munkara just caught off the pace there. And John Anses there to mop up. Clearing kick out towards Stapleton. And Lindsay Maureen there for company. Stapleton knocks it towards the boundary line. It spills out of play. Boundary throw in. Just forward to centre wing for the Tiwi Bombers on the far side here at TIO Stadium. A big welcome to all our many, many viewers watching all around the world on AFL NTV. If you're one of the 4 people watching at the moment, send the link out to your mates. We need more than 4 people watching. Come on, everyone. Get on board the AFL NTV train. Back into play. Here go the Bombers. There's a free kick, though. Scanlon was away with the advantage, but it's going the way of St Mary's, so of course no advantage paid then. Long kick from McKenzie. Carl Lode direction, 2 grabs. He took the mark, very strong in the contest. Carl Lode dribbles one inside 50. Milne almost very cleanly. And then Leroy Larson. Mark McLean is over the footy, eventually gathers around the corner. Milne again. Can't quite take it, spills out of play. Another boundary throw in, this time inside 50 for St Mary's. We lead this one by 1 point. Back into play from the congestion. Leroy Larson up towards the goal square. Ewing couldn't quite. Tatamiri sees it through. Minus score. Another minus score to St Mary's. They double their score, but it's 2-0. It's a soccer scoreline at the moment on AFL NTV. We've travelled 6.5 minutes, and we're yet to register a major for either side. Jason Purintatamiri. Just a dangerous kick from the kick in. Scanlon. He's over the footy here, and the umpire says, give it to me. Ryan Smith with a big tap, only as far as Rupert Papungamiri. He palms one off. Handball intercepted, though, by Williams, who got it off to Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen, inside 50. No Mark McFarlane. Milne at ground level mops up and kicks another behind. Hit the post, so a couple of posters early for the former St Kilda champion, Stephen Milne. Purintatamiri once again with the kicking in duties. Almost laconic in his method, but the execution is good enough. Wanamiri takes it, 40 out from his defensive line. Still inside 50, or inside defensive 50, the Bombers. Wanamiri, short one over the top, is good. Albert Tippenwoody. They're still at half-pack, the Bombers. They haven't found their run and carry game as yet. And both of the forwards that are the leading goal kickers going into this game have been starved of opportunities. Mullins still inside defensive 50. This is a very patient Tiwi Bombers foray forward. He goes sideways. Jason Purintatamiri, 8 minutes gone. Still no goals kicked in this game. It's 3 behinds to nothing. St Mary's are leading it. Jason Purintatamiri back towards this grandstand side. Not a good kick. Geary cuts it off. In the end, Kiranua looked away at an inopportune time. Then the short one from Geary is good. Finds Milne. He's going to line them up again. So Stephen Milne, can he break the drought of goals here at TIO Stadium? There was 2 kicked in the previous game. We're yet to register 1 in the first 9 minutes of this one. In a game where goals are of the utmost importance for forwards. In comes Milne, gets close to the man on the mark, and it goes out towards the right. Another minus score. So 4-0 is now the score on AFL NTV. Will we ever have another goal in football again in the Territory? Maybe not. Who knows? Tiwi have changed their kicking in man. It's going to be Paul Chewy Scanlon. Sends a long ball out towards Miles. There's a few big men there. Also there, Walbers. Now at ground level, Armat tries to tap it to Cameron Islet. In the end, it's sharked there by Cooper. Kicks it inside 50. Mark McLean takes a strong mark. He might have a chance now. What can Mark McLean do? Milne's had 3 cracks. Hasn't been able to send through a major as yet. Maybe Mark McLean might be able to. It's probably a heavy footy, but Mark McLean makes a good fist of it and bangs one through. There's the opener finally on AFL NTV. It goes to St Mary's. Mark McLean, the first goal kicker of the game. So 1-4-10 St Mary's. They lead the Bombers, yet to score. 10.5 minutes gone on AFL NTV. Let us know where you're watching from. You know, we've got plenty of people watching the Cricket World Cup today. Plenty of people watching other sports at the moment. See if we can get some scores for you guys around the grounds as well. And if you've just joined us, Wanderers have claimed the final spot in the TIO NTFL top 5. Davies off the ground, gains about 25 metres in territory, and it spills out of play. Boundary throw-in. Big tap, Ryan Smith. Davies head over the footy. Spills out Geary. Cooper left it behind. Wanamiri. Oh, sorry, Wesley Black, I should say. Now Scanlon with a long handball. Out of trouble. Daniels Heenan just left it behind. It's a bit of a sloppy match at the moment. The skill level, no doubt, will pick up as time goes by. Smith to do the ruck work with Caldwell. Bombers should win the clearance. They don't. Shannon Rioli goes inside 50. Leroy Larson, that's a good mark coming back with the flight. We'll go back and line them up from 40 metres out. Not too much angle to speak of. Leroy Larson on his approach. Sends a high footy on its way, and it's gone across the face to the left. Minus score, 1-5. They've been inaccurate, the Saints, today. 1-5-11. Plays Tiwi yet to score. Purantatamiri, short one. Dion Munkara had to be clean and was. And a long ball down the line. Shaq McKenzie dropped a mark, slid out of play, and the ball followed him. Boundary throw in just forward of centre wing for St Mary's in a game that has certainly not reached any significant heights yet in viewership or football execution. Walbers and Caldwell. No one wins. Geary's in there. Walbers. McKenzie. Islet. Is that high? Umpire says no. Play on. And then, still in dispute, Stapleton tries to crash through. Walbers is in there. Plenty of congestion around the footy. Players from both sides going in. Eventually, Wanamiri clears the congestion. The Bombers are away here. If they can be clean, they're not though. The wet footy hampering the Bombers on this occasion. Geez, it's it's still going on. The umpire's now found a free kick, and the result of the muck is a St Mary's free kick. Kick inside 50, Larson second grab. Took the mark. Kick inside came from Cameron Eilert. And Larson almost a carbon copy of the goal kicking attempt that he had just moments ago. This time maybe slightly further out. Difficult proposition on a day like today. In comes Leroy Larson. Kicks from 45. He's made a better fist of it this time. It's a goal. And the young forward has his first of the evening. Leroy Larson joins the goal kickers. And Gray Morris from NT News joins the commentary team. Welcome, Gray.
Good afternoon, David.
Very interesting game that we have here in terms of the forward battle. Matthias Liddy and Darren Ewing, both of the forwards though, haven't had a kickers yet, I don't think.
I was going to say the football seems to have been down to the St Mary's end fairly regularly too. I'm sure the Tiwis would like to get it across the middle and give Matthias a chance to get a feel of the leather.
Well, the Bombers yet to register an inside 50 grade. 2-5-17 St Mary's. And they lead this comfortably. The Bombers yet to score. Tungatalam's been thrown into the middle with immediate impact. Got rid of the footy, but the umpire says he was held after. Free kick, Ross Tungatalam on the wing. Goal kickers so far, Mark McLean and Leroy Larson are the two goal kickers in the game. Short one from Tungatalam. Picked up there by Rupert Papungamiri. Inside 50. Here's Liddy. Can't quite take it. Comes off hands. Marine to Miles. He's not a noted goal kicker, but on this occasion, he exemplifies that. Kicks it out of bounds on the full, Gray.
Yes, against his old side. Would have loved a goal than Stephen Miles, but away to the left. But at least they've got into the forward 50.
Geez, we had carnage in that initial game, Gray, when the storm came in, and obviously for the players, it's still having an impact on the skill level in this match.
Yes, the football a little bit greasy already, I'd say. A very hard slog that last game. Of course, we saw Wanderers qualify for the elimination final.
More than likely we'll play one of the sides out there today, the Tiwi Bombers, as McFarlane takes the mark on the wing.
Yes, we were discussing that in the media box. You'd expect as Ewing gets hold of the football and runs it out, I think. No?
It's still in. Darren, what can he do? He couldn't kick a goal from there, could he? Surely not. Up towards the top of the goal square. Larson again involved. Came down. Here's the big ruckman at ground level. Ryan Smith tried to knock it on. Tungatalam off the ground and then tapped it in front of himself. Boundary line's going to beat everyone. It spills out of play. Boundary throw-in. 17 minutes gone first term. It's St Mary's by 17 points. 2-5-17. The Bombers a bunch of bagels.
Yes, the Tiwis going through the motions a bit. They've got 3 zeros on their scoreboard. So not a flash start for them.
It's about the number of viewers we got at the moment as it's back into play. Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen. Handballs into the corridor. Wesley Black, Rupert Papungamiri. Dangerous waters here for the Bombers. St Mary's are pressing hard. Carl Lode taps it towards the boundary line. Wesley Black wraps him up and makes sure that he goes out of play. Boundary throw in 17 minutes, 45 seconds gone, and it's St Mary's in control at the moment.
Yes, they're playing control football as they've done for many years, St Mary's. Tiwis are going to have to break them down by running the ball in numbers and looking for that man you mentioned before, David, Matthias Liddy.
High up and under kick. No one wants to touch that one. Larson, did he get one high? No, he gave one high, the umpire says. A high fend. Free kick, Vivian Kiranua. Hands off. Dion Munkara. Wide kick, wants Mullins. It's not going to get there. McFarlane cuts it off. Look at the size difference there. It's an interesting matchup. Mullins and McFarlane. McFarlane kicks to a dangerous spot. Saints are plenty. Leroy Larson, one of them, is going to have his third shot on goal, looking for goal number 2.
Yes, as we come back, it's Mark McLean again, number 2.
Oh, Mark McLean.
He'll line up for his second. Big result out at Fred's Pass too, by the looks, David. District's up by 11 goals. And interestingly, Will Farrell's kicked 8 goals, so that put him on the goal kick.
Geez, that puts him into second spot, Gray. Equal second spot. That's amazing. I didn't think it was possible, so I didn't factor it in because they're at a different venue, and I wanted to make it all about us this week, Gray. But Will Farrell, that's a very interesting
result.
Yeah, it is. Zach Caldwell around the corner.
Comes back to that question, David. Nycliffe making 10 changes. Was it a positive move or a negative move in the eve of the final?
Round 18, it's always an intriguing round in terms of the coaching battles. We saw, obviously, Dean Rioli and Andrew Hodges going at it in the match here, but that Damien Hale versus Shannon Rusker battle, just as intriguing to see, considering they're going to play each other again more than likely next week as the Bombers go forward. Here we go. Ross Tungatalum takes the mark. Oh, we know he can kick a goal from here, and that's exactly what he does. The Bombers are on the board. Who else but Ross Tungatalum?
Yes, the man for all seasons, Roscoe. Number 7. How long has he been wearing that red jumper? Played in St Mary's' premiership side against the Tiwi Bombers, but he's definitely a Tiwi Bomber now, and hopefully he'll inspire them in the finals, because they needed that goal just to get them going.
Ross Tungatalum opens the account for the Tiwi Bombers, and suddenly the margin doesn't seem that bad. 2-6-18 to 1 straight 12, just 2 goals in it. Tungatalum on the board early for the Bombers.
Yes, very controlled to just roll the ball through a la Peter Dacos, no panic. Just grabbed a beautiful goal.
Wolbers, good handball. Shannon Rioli, even better handball to Ben Armat. Gathered on the bounce inside 50. Larson takes the mark. Well, he's having a big impact early on this one. Leroy Larson as well. Wants to go short. He does. Cunningham had to affect the contest, but it's a push out. And it's going to be a free kick.
Didn't seem a lot in that one. It's hands on heads there for the Tiwi offender.
Yeah, so Cunningham not happy, but Stapleton will have the shot on goal.
Luke Stapleton, defender, come forward, Dave, but he can be very effective with this awkward drop punt style of his.
And he comes from about 40 metres out with a wet pill. It's not too bad. Luke Stapleton bangs it through.
Yeah, so that gets St Mary's their 3rd goal and a bit more breathing space again.
Back out to 3 goals the margin now. So
yes.
It is 3-6, 24 St Mary's. The Bombers 1 straight 6. We've played 22 minutes on AFL NTV.
Many pundits, of course, talking about this being the grand final, David, which you all won. So it's yet to be seen how Nycliffe and District will respond after their game out there. And I mentioned that Will Farrell's got 8 goals and the Crocodiles lead by 61 points out there. So it's definitely a bit of a nice little warm-up for the Districts on the eve of the qualifying final.
Saints go forward again. Milne lost it. But there's always another man lining up for a goal. And this time, it is Peter McFarlane. Suddenly, the Saints back out to a 24-point lead now, Gray.
Yes, it seems every time you kick a goal against St Mary's, you move them into action, and that's exactly what's happened. They kicked 2 goals in a minute. And Dave, you better get your sums going, because Will Farrell 9th. Down at Fred's Park.
Jeez, this does make it very interesting.
So that would put him how many goals behind Ewing?
I have to. I believe that Will Farrell was on 43 goals going into this round. That'd take him to 52, which would take him ahead of Matthias Liddy. We'll have to keep a check on that. Cunningham towards the boundary line. Ben Rioli takes it out of play.
Just wondering on the mindset of the Tiwis here too. They've started slowly. They don't look particularly concerned at the situation. Certainly if St Mary's get 3 or 4 goals in front, which they are now, they can be a very dangerous side.
In fact, Gray, I can tell you that as it stands, Will Farrer leads the Dennis Dunn Trophy. Can you believe that?
There you go. He's come from the clouds. Was not mentioned in your pre-match preview, I see.
I'll tell you what, this is not the Dennis Dunn decider. We should say to our 5 viewers, turn it off. It's false advertising.
So what, he has 52 and Ewing 51, is that right?
So Will Farrer came into the round with 46, and he is now 55, and there is the quarter time siren. So at quarter time here, 4-6-30. St Mary's, the Tiwi Bombers, 1 straight 6, and we might have to go and tell the boys they better get their act together, Gray. We'll be back very shortly after the quarter time break on AFL NTV.
After a hard day's work, you deserve it. When you're catching up with mates, you deserve it. Grabbing a bite with the missus, you deserve it. The drive after a few, you deserve it. A road safety message from TAO.
Every cigarette you smoke inside your car hurts the ones you love. And some of them don't have a choice. The next time you decide to have a cigarette, think about who else you're hurting. Smoking can kill those close to you. For help, call the Quit line.
Do you know a family in crisis? Contact the North Australian Aboriginal Family Violence Legal Service. We provide legal advice, representation, referral services and support to family and community. Break the chains of family violence today. Healing NT Families. For more information, call us today.
For Territorians, the roads are more than bitumen. They connect us. For TIO, it's the same. For taking us on safe journeys, for travelling free, for twists and turns, for turning the corner, for taking you back to health. Road safety for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes in your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Stop heat stress before it starts. Geminex has a wide range of hydration products, including camelbacks and cooling vests, esquies and coolers, rehydration drinks and accessories, all designed to ensure your safety in the sun. For a limited time, purchase a box of 20 Squitcher 3.8 litre powder concentrate sachets and receive 2 3.8 litre coolers absolutely free while stocks last. Rehydrate, restore and recharge at Geminex, Winnelling and Pinelands.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. Sorry we're late back to this. We're all in a bit of shock here after the news that Willie Farrer leads the Dennis Dunn Trophy. That is absolutely incredible news. He's bagged 9 so far today with minutes remaining in the Southern District's Nightcliff match, and he's 1 goal clear of Darren Ewing and 4 goals clear of Matthias Liddy. Great. You've got a score there for the Southern District's Nightcliff game as well.
Yes, they're leading by 81 points, their district, so certainly a nice little warm-up for the qualifying final. And as you say, Will Farrer, 9 goals straight, has not missed. So he loved playing at Norbuild Oval.
Absolutely incredible. The Bombers need to lift as well, and that's a great kick. It finds Wanamiri, tries to palm one off. In the end, he couldn't quite shrug his opponent, just forced to throw it on the boot. Answers got it off, or that might have been Valasia, I should say, to Williams. Still in dispute. Simon Munkara dives on the footy. Spills out. Ross Tungatalam. Valasia goes in. Contact below the knees. Free kick. Tungatalam plays on. Pumps it inside 50. Cameron Eilert cuts it off though. They need a meaningful build-up, don't they, Gray? That occasion they just bombed it long and hit and hope. You've got Anstez, you've got Valasia, you've got Cameron Eilert back there. You've got Jack Long. They're not going to win it that way.
Not going to win it that way. And of course, footy is all about momentum, Dave. And I just worry that the Tiwis, if they go through the motions today, may come up against a Wanderers side next week, inspired by that terrific win in the rain this afternoon. So they're really going to have to switch on, I think.
Priest couldn't claim it. McFarlane, clever handball. Ewing tried to go off the ground, didn't make contact. Kiranua. And eventually Munkara got it from Purantatamiri. They clear defence. It's still a 1-on-1 here. Eventually Mullins comes in to give the numbers ascendancy to the Tiwi. Scanlon's in 2 minds. He's gone. Umpire Mark Noonan in his 200th game says holding the ball. He's probably done that about 2 million times, Gray.
Yes, the old holding the ball trick as the Tiwis defend yet again.
Kiranua, he's been busy. Munkara with the outside of the boot. It's a dangerous kick, but it comes off though. And Albert Tippenwoody. Here's Matthias Liddy. Surely he's too far out on a day like today. He's going to have a ping though. Oh, it just dribbled along the ground 10 metres in front of himself. Simon Munkara's there. Saints have numbers though. Ben Long's one of them. And he clears. Forrest takes the mark inside defensive 50. And he's got a bit of time and space. The kick wasn't great though. Well cut off in the end. Now Rupert Papungamiri got it from Cunningham, who did the cutting off. Papungamiri takes a bounce. He streams inside 50 and Rupert sends it home. That's a Papungamiri special if ever I've seen one.
Yes, David, you've hit the nail on the head. Of Papungamiri special, and that may spark the Tiwis, get them going a little bit because they're a bit flat. And certainly a running goal from their veteran Rupert Papungamiri might be the medicine they require. Number 33, been there right from the start too, as Rupert in the history of the Tiwi Bombers. Interesting too down at Fred's Pass, David. Jason Rowe is a late inclusion in that game down there.
It is very interesting as the Saints go forward looking for the instant response. Cooper just shepherded out of it. Vivian Kiranua mops up. His handball wasn't great though. It was intended for Tungatalam. Eilert got in the way. McLean, now Larson, been busy early. Got his handball away. Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen, kicks inside 50. Downfield free kick though. Cooper's going to be the man to take it.
Yes, a bit of late tackling there by the red jumpers. And it looks like, yeah, Justin Cooper, who was on fire early in the season. In fact, he gives a quick handball there to Shannon Rioli,
who has a ping, and he bangs it through. Great goal there. Shannon Rioli. Has the umpire allowed it, or? Yep. That's players look like they were in 2 minds, so it's a goal to Shannon Rioli. Great goal.
I reckon that's the most dangerous time when you play St Mary's. If you kick a goal against them, you're going to have to be prepared to defend immediately. And that's exactly what happened on that occasion. Straight down the other end. Snappy little handball off the mark by Cooper, and another goal of St Mary's. Interesting too, Dave, the number 25 jumper there worn by Shannon Rowley with Kadji Dunn's funeral on Friday. Huge crowd there. The great Kadji Dunn.
Very sad news, and Sissy Dunn, of course, the daughter of Kadji, wore the famous number 25 in the women's game last weekend. Meantime, St Mary's inside 50. Here's Darren up towards the top of the square. Purantatamiri cuts that one off though. Delicate kick. Adam Tippenwoody towards Ross Tungatala. Caught behind though. Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen. Just dribbles one up towards half forward. Shannon Rioli, already a goal this quarter. This is vintage Shannon Rioli through traffic, but misses.
Yes, the weaving and evading might have been veteran Shannon Rioli, but certainly not the finish.
No, usually a very good finisher. When it comes to finishing in front of goal, Shannon Rioli is one of the best. Gary Purantatamiri, it's not a good kick from him. Puts it out of play.
Yes, so the season over for the Palmerston Magpies, much to my woes. I did pick them to go to the grand final, but they were short of their best side, Dave, and I think they had to have their best side for the big games. Of course, Leroy Jetta did not catch the plane from Perth. A big hole in the side, but good luck to Wanderers. Now they've got to beat the Tiwi Bombers in the elimination final.
It's a free kick and play on advantage for the Saints. Ben Armat inside 50. They raffle it off. Ewing was there. McFarlane's the one that takes the mark though. He's looking for another option. Might be forced to go back. Short kick inside. It had to be perfect, and it was. Leroy Larson takes the mark.
Very effective forward. I'm just wondering what role he's got. Is it half forward?
Well, at the moment,
out of a high forward pocket, perhaps.
Yeah, at the moment, he's really having a big influence on this. It's probably his sixth mark that he's taken.
And Will Farris just kicked his 10th goal down at Fred's Pass. So.
There you go. Wow, high drama. In comes Leroy Larson. Kicks on goal, starts it to the right, bends it back nicely. And it's another goal to Leroy Larson.
And you're hearing all this first on AFL NT TV, Dave, all these progress scores.
Certainly are.
Live around the world.
Live and exclusive around the world as Leroy Larson bangs through goal number 2 for him. The big news is actually out at Norbuilt with...
It's all happening. We've got Jordan McCardle down there, a member of the AFL NT TV crew. He's giving us live updates.
And our thanks to Jordan McCardle from NT News, of course, and AFL NTV as St Mary's put it inside 50. Milne landed in a puddle. What could he do? From the depths, he got the handball to Mark McLean, who just put it towards the top of the goal square. Oh, McFarlane, so strong overhead, takes the mark.
Just retains his balance in those marking contests. Unbelievable. He's done it for so many years. And he's done it again there. Even falling to the ground, his eyes were focused firmly on the yellow Sharon.
In comes Peter McFarlane, plays on round the corner. He just pulled it back too much, minus score. You would have backed him to kick that one, Gray, but not on that occasion.
Yes, went for the new speciality in Australian football, the around the corner shot, but it didn't work. I'm sure footballers like Peter Hudson and the great Doug Wade would cringe.
Scanlon clears defence. Here's Papungamiri. Bit of confidence in his veins after that magnificent goal. That's a good kick. Finds Roy Cantilla. Just dropped the footy. maybe put the brakes on slightly. Kicks inside 50. Jack Williams up to meet it. Ben Rioli also there. He kicks out of trouble. Cameron Eilert takes a sliding mark at centre half back and wants to switch play. Long kick. Oh, look at the numbers here for St Mary's. Ryan Smith. What's happened here? There's a 50.
Ryan Smith in screen there, Dave, just re-signed with NT Thunder after an absence of about 3 years.
Great news there for NT Thunder.
He'll be on their 2015 list. And here's a guy who's played every year with Thunder.
Cameron Eilert, no one on the mark, runs to 50, puts it into the pocket. McFarlane, he's going to have the same shot. No, he's not, from the other side. He's going to go short and find Stephen Milne. If it's not McFarlane, it's Milne. If it's not Milne, it's Ewing. If it's not Ewing, it's Larson. Geez, they bat deep, Gray.
That's what they say. If McFarlane can't get you, then Milne will, or Larson will.
In comes Stephen Milne, short run up. Pokes at it and he misses again. So the former St Kilda spearhead not having much luck in front of the big sticks today.
Don't think he'd found the major opening yet, has he?
Not yet.
Stephen.
6-9-45 St Mary's. 2 straight 12 the Bombers. Long kick in towards Wanamiri. McFarlane got front spot. Eilert weighted down, gathered in towards Smith, couldn't quite take it. Scanlon taps it back. Albert Tipperwoody. Now Jason Purintatamiri, I should say, wants to switch play. The Bombers need to find some running. They can't through Priest. He dropped the mark. Milne got the handball to Shannon Rioli. Back to Milne. Oh, he's trying to get around a couple there, couldn't quite. Priest able to interfere with Adam Tipperwoody. Now Shannon Rioli just shepherding the footy. Protected the space well. Little clever soccer to Cooper, who kicks on goal and puts it well to the right. No score registered on that occasion.
Just looking at Justin Keeper there, he looks a bit rusty. He's been out of the game now for about 6 or 7 weeks. He did come back last week against Waratahs, but St Mary's will be relieved to have him playing this game because, of course, they won't be playing next week, not because they're not in the finals.
Oh, turnovers are plenty here for the Bombers. They're not out of trouble yet. Scanlon, eventually they work it out.
As I said, not because they're not in the finals, because they finish top and they'll get a week's rest.
Very true. Wanamiri under immense pressure after Priest dribbled a kick to him. They've turned it over, the Bombers. Armat inside 50. McFarlane just dropped a chest mark in the end. Adam Tipperwoody couldn't quite. Now he goes in and kicks it off the ground, looking for the boundary line, finds it. The umpire says throw it in. That's all right. 13 minutes gone. Second term, Saints in control. They're leading this one by 31 points, 43-12. And the Bombers have really been starved of opportunities here, Gray.
Yes, they've got lots of options up forward, St Mary's, and here they come again.
Geary inside 50. Miles forced to defend, takes it out of play. Michael Barford there in the background, collecting footies.
And if it looks bright out there, David, this early hour, 6:15, is because the lights have been on for the last hour. We had torrential rain, as you mentioned earlier, during that Palmerston Wanderers game.
Back into play, Smith tapped it down behind. Wanamiri got it to Rupert Papungamiri. He takes a bounce, he's in the clear, Rupert. Takes another bounce, it doesn't come back to him this time. Now Cam Eilert intervenes, Geary also there. And now Jack Williams, flying handball, Iggy Vallejo. And now Shannon Rioli. So the Saints, every challenge that the Bombers are mounting, the Saints are responding twofold. Kick inside 50, it clears everyone, spills out the back. There's a free kick though, it's going to go to Leroy Larson.
Yes, the man in front got an illegal tap, and Leaping Leroy will line up for his third, I think. Has he kicked 2? Yes.
He has.
So he might have a Will Faraday as we get the final score down there. Crocodiles are won by 11 goals 8. So what's that? 12 goals 8, 80 points in fact they've won by. Will Farah's kicked 10 goals.
That is absolutely amazing, Gray. As Leroy Larson comes in. Has he got the distance? He does, but it's across the face to the right-hand side. Minus score. If you've just joined us, your winners today, Wanderers and Southern District so far, waiting on a score from Waratah and Buffaloes. And of course, this is the final game of the season, of the home and away season being played out here. And the drama has occurred at Norbuilt Oval, or the later drama. Of course, the initial drama was here. Wanderers have made it into the finals after defeating the Palmerston Magpies. And then in the race for the Dennis Dunn Trophy, we all thought, or in fact I'm the most guilty of thinking it, Gray, that the Dennis Dunn decider was this match. Think again. Will Farrer bagged 10 goals and now leads Darren Ewing by 2 goals. Here go the Bombers though, inside 50. Cunningham, he's back in the side. Is he kicking a goal? Not quite. Put it across the face. Minus score.
Dave, we have got a score from Gardens Oval. Waratahs are won down there by 15 points. 11-14 to 9 goals 11. So a win there to the Red and Whites. And they'll now go into their presentation night. So a big day for the Red and Whites.
So 15 points, was it, Gray?
15, 11-14 to 9 goals 11.
There you go. So a couple of late wins in the season for the Tars as Cooper goes inside 50. Albert Tipperwoody cuts it off though in front of Milne. Wants to switch play to this grandstand side. It's a dangerous, dangerous kick. Daniels Heenan under a lot of pressure. Ross Tungatalum though came to provide some assistance. Wants to take a bounce. The ball doesn't come back up to him. Smith lost his footing. Tungatalum stops, props and kicks in board. Adam Tipperwoody to Mullins, who finds himself a long way from home. Tiwi crowd appealing for 50, not forthcoming from the umpire. Daniels Heenan, another one back into the side for the Bombers today. Finds Liddy on the long lead. Probably too far out to score, even though he has a booming kick. He's going to back himself in though. Gives it a good ride up towards the top of the goal square. It's punched away and through for a minus score. A couple of behinds to the Bombers in recent times takes them to 2-2-14 on the AFL NTV scoreboard. They trail St Mary's by 29 points, 6-7-43. Oh, sorry, 6-10-46. That we've got our scoreboard wrong at the moment. Our apologies to the punters. As Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen, kicks this one out of bounds on the full. So we'll redo that score. So 6-10-46. There we go for St Mary's. The Bombers 2-2-14, which makes a margin 32 points by my mathematics, Gray.
32 points it is. Interesting, 18 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Darren Ewing, no goals. Matthias Liddy, no goals. So the Dennis Dunn Trophy is slipping through their fingers.
Unbelievable scenes. Nicholas Daniels Heenan. It's a bit of a nothing kick. There's plenty of Saints in the vicinity here. Shaq McKenzie and Wolbers just crash into each other in the end, and then Ben Rioli comes to mop up. Here's the prime candidate, Darren Ewing. He's in the muck though, couldn't quite gather. Mark McLean off the ground, might come off. Oh, dangerous times for Albert Tipperwoody, but he gathered and took the mark on the juggle. There's a big crowd in here, Gray, and I think the crowd would be a little bit disappointed with the match at the moment. But anything can happen in the second half, and in the last part of this quarter, Wolbers got in front of Cunningham. Cunningham ran him down. Crowd want a free kick. Umpire said no, play on. Caldwell, good handball. Dion Munkara, Bombers away and on the improve. Kick up towards centre half forward. Great fist there from Stapleton at the back. He went in to regather. Got the handball out towards Jack Long. Couldn't quite gather the first time, then got the handball back. Wolbers, they're under pressure here, St Mary's, but they're not conceding. Umpire Mark Noonan's found a free kick though. Gary Purintanamute, no, Austin Wanamiri will take the free kick. Hasn't got many options. Liddy lost his footing on the first lead, but then got to his feet, dropped the mark. Ben Rioli mops up. And look how much time and space. They've got to be tighter than that. The Bombers inside their own attacking 50 had so much time to just hit up Shannon Rioli. And now Shannon Rioli up towards Leroy Larson. Couldn't quite take the mark. Scanlon, dangerous kick. Wanamiri, got the handball. Papungamiri, back to Wanamiri, now inside 50. No mark taken, Munkara. Ben Rioli's there. His handball over the top towards Cunningham. Loads also there. Jack Williams, good hands to Jack Long, to Justin Cooper, tapped it in front of himself. And then Cooper was well tackled there by Cantilla. No easy kicks coming at the moment. Carl Lowe to Shannon Rioli, and they're out of trouble here, the Saints, and building. Leroy Larson, he had more time than he thought. He ended up slowing down, looking inside. Jack Long has to come back with the flight, couldn't take the mark. Then he gathered, then he's run down. Adam Tipperwoody. No advantage given, and the Bombers wouldn't have wanted it in the end. 20 and a half minutes gone, and it is St Mary's by 32 points. Short kick to Scanlon is good. Takes the mark on the back edge of the square. Rupert Papungamiri plays on. Kicks towards Liddy. Edged his opponent nicely. Lindsay Maureen. What can he do? Close to the boundary line. Can he keep it in? Not quite. Spills out of play. Good work from Robert Forrest. Force that one over. 21 minutes gone, second term. Saints by 32 points on AFL NTV. Send us a tweet. Let us know where you're watching from.
And in control too, David. Playing controlled football, organised football. Getting numbers around the ball as they have done for the last 50 odd years that they've been alive in the NTFL.
Liddy very nearly. And in the end, Forrest clears defence. Only as far as Papungamiri though. What can he do? Palms a couple off. Got the handball out just in time. Tungatalan, he's under pressure as well. Immense pressure coming from St Mary's. The Bombers haven't been given an inch. Shannon Rioli kicked it into one of his teammates. The ball just ballooned up in the air. Marine is upended by Cooper. Adam Tipperwoody went off the ground, but Jack Long put his head over the footy, and the umpire rewarded him for that.
David plays on the ground like 9 pins, like a game of indoor bowl, 10-pin bowling here. So certainly the intensity is there, which is great to see. And this guy's been very good again. He's the great Cameron Arnold. 4-time best and fairest player at NT Thunder, and of course a Nichols medalist.
Nichols medalist, or is that his brother, Gray?
Cameron, I reckon he's, I think you might be right actually. I'll have to check that.
You'll have to double check that. But he might have had one this year, hey?
Yes, possibly. Don't think well, he's been very good. You never rule out Cameron Arnold.
St Mary's once again emerged. Carl Lowe went on the left foot, probably could have come back on to his right foot, but this one goes out of bounds on the full. High kick from Albert Tipperwoody. Wanamiri flew. Everyone flew except Dion Munkara. He waited behind. They need to hit up and find a target here. He just kicks long. The Saints defenders usually pretty good in these situations, but Cunningham slipped out the back door, dribbled one towards goals. The Bombers kick a late one, a much needed one.
Yes, a much needed goal there to the Tiwi Bombers. They've been working hard the last 2 or 3 minutes, and the result on the board there, which is what they would have wanted in the shadows of half-time.
And it's Jared Cunningham as well, Gray. He's a player that I feel has been bereft of confidence since missing that grand final back in 2012-13. Of course, he had a long stint on the sidelines then, and he just really hasn't reached the form that he was in during that year, that he may have even won the Dennis Dunn Trophy that year, Gray.
He did, yes, he did win the Dennis Dunn Trophy. You're right, been in and out of the side, unfortunately. Has Gerard, but a very good goal there. The goal sneak we remember him as from 2 seasons ago.
Well, back in the middle of the ground, can the Bombers snare another one, or will the Saints provide the instant response? The latter looks more likely. Ben Armat inside 50, up towards Ewing. Good cut-off mark, though, taken by Albert Tipperwoody. And the Bombers trying to clear things. Dangerous kick, though. Dion Munkara set a difficult task. He did well, though. Dispossessed Shaq McKenzie. Now Gary Purantatamiri under the pump. Ryan Smith's there. Gary Purantatamiri did brilliantly. Tapped it out towards Dion Munkara. Zach Caldwell goes in. Shaq McKenzie emerges with the footy. Kicks in board. Only as far as Nicholas Daniels, Adam Tipperwoody, I should say. Goes in short and finds Mullins in the middle of the ground. His short kick is partially affected by Geary. Wants Roy Farmer to run onto this one. He's got Ben Armat for company. What can Roy Farmer do in the end? Towards Mullins. Dropped a mark he should have taken. And then the handball wasn't great either. Put Albert Tipperwoody under a lot of pressure. Mullins still at ground level to Miles, forced to kick the big fella, and he kicks only as far as Wolbers, who dropped a mark, another mark that should have been taken. The players having trouble with skill execution. The siren brings it all to an end though, and at half-time it's St Mary's 6-10-46, leading the Tiwi Bombers 3-2-20. Our scoreboard just slightly behind. It's 26 points the difference at half-time, and most importantly, or more importantly, it's Dennis Dunn Trophy Day, and it's Will Farrer leading. Can you believe that? Darren Ewing has kicked no goals. Matthias Liddy has kicked no goals. Will Farrer has kicked 10 goals and leads it by 2 goals. Will the big forwards here at TIO have an impact, or will it be Willie Farrer's Dennis Dunn Trophy? Find out soon after the halftime break. Make sure you stick with us on AFL NTV.
After a hard day's work, you deserve it. When you're catching up with mates, you deserve it. Grabbing a bite with the missus, you deserve it. A drive after a few, you deserve it. A road safety message from TIO.
Do you know a family in crisis? Contact the North Australian Aboriginal Family Violence Legal Service. We provide legal advice, representation, referral services and support to family and community. Break the chains of family violence today. Healing NT Families. For more information, call us today.
Patrons are reminded that TIO Stadium is strictly a non-smoking venue and that patrons wishing to smoke must use the areas provided.
For Territorians, the roads are more than bitumen. They connect us. For TIO, it's the same. For taking us on safe journeys, for travelling free, for twists and turns, for turning the corner, for taking you back to health. Road safety for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Stop heat stress before it starts. Geminex has a wide range of hydration products, including camelbacks and cooling vests, eskies and coolers, rehydration drinks and accessories, all designed to ensure your safety in the sun. For a limited time, purchase a box of 20 Squidger 3.8 litre powder concentrate sachets and receive 2 3.8 litre coolers absolutely free while stocks last. Rehydrate, restore and recharge at Geminex, Winnelli and Pinelands.
Every cigarette you smoke inside your car hurts the ones you love. And some of them don't have a choice. The next time you decide to have a cigarette, think about who else you're hurting. Smoking can kill those close to you. For help, call the Quit Line.
Hello, Dave Kennedy from AFL NTV with your insight into the Premier League. St Mary's are once again minor premiers. They're 14 points clear of Nightcliff, who will take on Southern Districts, who also sit in the top 3. Tiwi Bombers have confirmed 4th spot. 5th spot, as we all know, is up for grabs. Palmerston taking on Wanderers for that coveted spot in the top 5. The Buffaloes and Waratahs playing in the Consolation Cup at Gardens. The Dennis Dunn Trophy is going to come down to the last round. Darren Ewing leads the way by 3 goals. Matthias Liddy, the only likely contender, sitting on 51 goals. Willie Farrer, Thomas Motlop and Ross Tungatalam round out the top 5.
let you know that registrations for junior football are now open.
Grab your friends and sign up to play our game.
We play footy because we love it. To join your local club, visit playafl.com.au.
After a hard day's work, you deserve it. When you're catching up with mates, you deserve it. Grabbing a bite with the missus, you deserve it. But drive after a few, you deserve it. A road safety message from TIO.
Do you know a family in crisis? Contact the North Australian Aboriginal Family Violence Legal Service. We provide legal advice, representation, referral services and support to family and community. Break the chains of family violence today. Healing NT Families. For more information, call us today.
For Territorians, the roads are more than bitumen. They connect us. For TIO, it's the same. For taking us on safe journeys, for travelling free, for twists and turns, for turning the corner, for taking you back to health. Road safety for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory are committed to providing a safe environment for all patrons. To report any antisocial behaviour, text the issue and your location to 0498 062 213. Please note, responses cannot be sent.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes in your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Stop heat stress before it starts. Geminex has a wide range of hydration products, including camelbacks and cooling vests, air skis and coolers, rehydration drinks and accessories, all designed to ensure your safety in the sun. For a limited time, purchase a box of 20 Squincher 3.8 litre powder concentrate sachets and receive 2 3.8 litre coolers absolutely free while stocks last. Rehydrate, restore and recharge at Geminex, Winnelli and Pinelands.
What did he say? He says you can see quite well.
Every eye is an eye. When you're doing the surgery there, that is just as important as if you were doing eye surgery on the Prime Minister or the King.
Yeah. You're going to be all right.
The Bombers need to lift and the forwards need to kick some goals, because at the moment it's St Mary's in control and Willie Farah leading the Dennis Dunn Trophy. Welcome back to Marara. A second half of action with high drama and entertainment is on the cards. Dave Kennedy's my name. Gray Morris joins me. Gray, it's been a day of drama so far.
Yes, Palmerston Wanderers qualifying for the finals, and of course, as you say, Will Farah coming from the clouds to perhaps pinch the Dennis Dunn Trophy.
And of course, the other, I guess, subplots to those stories are that Southern Districts will finish second on the ladder after recording a big win. Is that correct, Gray?
No, I don't think that percentage is good enough, but I'll check that while you keep an eye on the action.
Cunningham, clever handball. The Bombers need a start. Can Lindsay Marine deliver it? Not quite on this occasion, but they might force a stoppage inside attacking 50, and they do. 37 seconds gone in the third term. And it's the Bombers trailing this one by 26 points. Marine left it behind. Stapleton regathered.
No, you're right. In fact, Districts have jumped way ahead of Nightcliff on percentage, 20 percentage points. So they are second.
Wesley Black inside 50, it spills out the back. Cunningham's there, so is Liddy. They run into each other. And Liddy leaves it behind. Jack Long tries to clear the defence. He does, in fact, clear towards Ryan Smith. Munkara tried to tap it behind. Ross Tungatalam couldn't gather, spills out a play boundary throw in. So Southern Districts finish the minor rounds in second position behind this mob out here, St Mary's. And Will Farah may have, well, he's got one hand on some silverware as we speak and leads the Dennis Dunn Trophy. Out the back, Shannon Rioli kicks up towards half forward. Oh, players go down. Not Justin Cooper though. He kept his footing, kept on running, kicks in towards attacking 50. Milne got it to Ewing. He left it behind, went off the ground and just missed to the left-hand side. So Darren Ewing still trails Will Farah by 2 goals. He needs 2 goals to equal, 3 goals to win it outright. The Bombers now trail by 27 points.
Yes, had his chance then to kick the ball off the ground, a la Manchester United, but it went to the left. Can the Tiwis get back into this, Dave?
Oh, this is a good build-up. Daniels Heenan over the top. And suddenly the Bombers are inside 50. Liddy forced to come from behind. Almost gathered at ground level. In fact, made contact illegally, says the umpire. St Mary's free kick. Crowd not happy with that rule. Ben Rioli. This is where they've got to be better, the Bombers. Manning up on the defensive foray. Carl Lowe to Jack Williams. Up towards the wing. Big fly. McFarlane almost takes it the second grab. It's in dispute. Mullins is there. It's a real mismatch, but it's been an interesting matchup all the same. Jonathan Mullins playing on Peter McFarlane. Back into play.
Yes.
Scanlon tried to go off the ground. Walbers dispossessed at ground level. Good enough to get the handball to load though. Kicks a high ball inside 50. McFarlane another chance. Larson's down. So is Rupert Papungamiri. Loses his footing. Got the handball out though. Adam Tippenwoody. He's ragdolled. Shannon Rioli. Justin Cooper. Kicks out towards the boundary line. It's a rolling, tumbling ball. Geary can't keep it in and it spills out of play. Boundary throw in on hashtag AFL NTV. Joining the conversation if you would like to on hashtag AFL NTV.
As we watch the final final game of round 18, Dave.
It is the final round and there's a whistle in the final round. Mark Noonan's found one.
Mark Noonan, big Melbourne Storm and a Geelong supporter, but he's out there controlling what Dave Kennedy thinks might be the grand final.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Southern Districts suddenly back on the agenda, Gray, as Jackson Geary kicks inside 50, opportunistic kick and an opportunistic mark is taken by Peter McFarlane.
Yes, Southern Districts have lost their last 4 finals in a row, though, remember. They were outed in 8 straight sets the last 2 seasons. So they'll be looking for a big lift in finals performance. And I'm sure that 80-point win today will be a big confidence booster.
particularly given they're playing against the same side next week. Well, it won't be the same side. It'll be the same colours, but you'd expect a number of changes. In comes McFarlane. Sends it straight through the middle. No mistake there from the skipper. And he extends the margin. 33 points now, St Mary's clear of the Bombers. And both forwards are still goalless.
Yes, there hasn't been too much running around there by Matthias Liddy. Of course, he's probably on the best fullback in the league in Johnny Ensis. But I'd say the only way to get past John is to lead straight and hard, but he hasn't been doing that. Although, of course, the delivery of the football out of the middle.
The Dennis Dunn decider may yet have already been decided. 7:11:53 St Mary's. Tiwi Bombers 3-2-20. Wanderers in the top 5 and will play elimination finals. And Will Farrer leading the Dennis Dunn Trophy by 2 goals. Free kick in the middle of the ground going the Bombers' way. Long kick towards Cunningham. Had a couple to beat. Saints organised at ground level. Free kick though. Bombers free kick. Austin Monamiri. Not too happy with some of the treatment he copped there from Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen.
That's northeast of Melbourne or southeast of Melbourne?
I think it's almost due east, but I'd have to double check that one. Gray, it's definitely in the east as Cunningham takes the mark inside 50. A goal kicker today.
Yes, this is the answering goal they're looking for as Jared does his shoelaces up and adjusts his socks. This used to be bread and butter for him 2 or 3 seasons ago.
Let's see what he can manage. Jared Cunningham comes in. It's a high kick. It's pretty good. In fact, it's very good. It's a goal. And it goes to Jared Cunningham.
Yes, a bit of Jared Cunningham 2 years ago there. It never looked like missing. It's a beautiful shot for goal. Will that be the spark that gets these Tiwis running? Well, they're going to have to run if they want to beat St Mary's.
Back to 27 points. The margin at half-time was 26 points, so Saints are still leading this quarter. The Bombers need to get a move on, but we all know that if anyone can score in a hurry, it's the Tiwi Bombers. Back in the middle of the ground. Ryan Smith taps it down. Scanlon's there, played for a free kick, and the umpire happy to oblige.
Yes, he milked that beautifully then, did the 2012 Cheney medalist. Best player on the ground, of course, and their only premiership win.
Scanlon forced to re-kick. Goes to Cantilla. Takes the mark, 80 out from goal.
See, once again, I'm looking at Liddy there. He's just calling for a long ball.
Cantilla goes in that direction. Liddy. Brought it to ground. Dion Munkara laid the tackle there on Mark McLean. The Saints are organised in defence though. Forrest threw it on the boot. He knew McFarlane would be waiting, and he was. Took the mark. Milne's free inside 50. He can get it that far. It'd take a good kick. He goes into the pocket. It was a bit of a nothing kick in the end. The skipper won't be too happy about that one. Albert Tippenwoody towards Vivian Kiranua. Clever one off the ground and then got upended. Bombers might try and take the advantage here. Daniels Heenan does. The umpire said too slow though. Bombers free kick to Vivian Kiranua. A famous Tiwi name there, great. Kiranua.
Yes, been a big surprise packet this year, Vivian too. He's really lifted his game and become a permanent member of the Bombers side.
Kiranua family from Niue, I believe, Gray.
Yes, a Bathurst Island family, definitely. Very proud Bathurst family. And we all know, of course, the great Adam Kiranua, who played with St Mary's and the Tiwi Bombers, and Palmerston, and Waratah. So he was a man for all seasons.
There's not too many clubs that he hasn't played at, Gray. You might have to start say he's the man that played at every club bar these ones, instead of going through the ones that he played at. Here's Robert Forrest. Handball in the air. Priest tried to tap it on, didn't quite make contact. Scanlon's won himself another holding free kick. No advantage. Wants people to lead towards him once again. Didn't kick on the right line.
Bit of a murmur in the crowd, Dave. You can probably hear the murmur. The Tiwis are just starting to work their way into this.
27 points. They're on the cusp. It could go one of two ways. Back in round 7, Gray, it went totally the opposite way. They got absolutely annihilated in the last quarter. Ended up going down by about 80 points or so. Cantilla into the pocket, had to be perfect. And it was. Umpire Mark Noonan, after consultation with one of the boundary umpires, said the kick was perfect. Simon Munkara getting plenty of advice, Gray.
Yes, the pie man there lining up from deep in the pocket.
We've got the perfect angle of this one from our commentary position. In comes Simon Munkara. It would take one hell of a kick. He starts at left. It's not going to bend back enough. In fact, it doesn't even register a score. Slams into the behind post on the full, and the margin is still 27 points, 10 minutes into the third term.
Yes, they had their chance in, Simon, but he preferred to hit the left-hand upright instead of the big opening.
Ben Rioli short, Jack Long. Now Long down the line. Leroy Larson there. Kiranua makes sure that he earns it. In fact, puts it out of play. The two number 6s both helped to their feet by their respective teammates. Boundary throwing right in front of our commentary position here, Gray. We can see this contest perfectly. I can see Wolbers, I can see Miles. I see Miles win the tap down to Scanlon. Scanlon's kip smothered by Wolbers though. The Saints have runners. Shannon Rioli's one of them. Cops some late contact there from Roy Farmer. It affected the kick, but it didn't affect Stephen Milne, who put it on the boot and sent it towards goal. Just a minor score though.
Gee, Dave, if you had told me 15 minutes into the, or 12 minutes into the third quarter that Stephen Milne, Darren Ewing and Matthias Liddy were goalless, I would have almost eaten my hat.
And we know how much you love that hat, Gray.
That's right. Very rare hat.
Leroy Larson takes a cut-off mark across half-back. Shannon Rioli is going to get a downfield free kick. The mark was taken anyway by Peter McFarlane. But shot on goal coming up here for St Mary's to bring the margin back out to 34 points now.
Yes, Noodles McFarlane. These are the type of goals he normally eats for breakfast. So you would think, in fact, it'll be, 34 points, you're right, after this.
Comes in, no mistakes. Noodles kicks the goal and extends the margin for St Mary's.
Yes, nothing unusual about that for Peter McFarlane.
3 goals for him now. Big influence on this game, Gray. 3 goals in a game that's only produced 12. He's kicked a quarter of the goals on offer today so far. And it's St Mary's out to a 34-point lead. Is it a match-winning lead? You're starting to feel like it is.
Yep, in conditions like this where the ball's like a greasy pig that we used to chase around when we were kids, don't we?
I remember those days.
Yes, those Lions picnic days, I remember. They'd let a little piglet go and you get 1,000 kids chasing him. And they could never catch him.
Oh, juggling Peter McFarlane almost. Leroy Larson, now he's tackled. Justin Cooper's there. McFarlane goes in for seconds. The Bombers clear. Not effectively though. Carl Load, he had 3 to beat and he did very well. Socketed along the ground. Geary just paved a path through and then kicked on goal and missed everything.
There's a guy probably a bit short on match practice too, Jackson Geary. I reckon it's only about his 4th or 5th game, so St Mary's will be hoping he runs into action come finals time.
Long kick out of the back pocket. He's pushed off hands and another boundary throw in on AFL NTV. St Mary's 8-12-60, the Bombers 4-2-26, 34 points the difference. And if you've just joined us, the big news is that Wanderers are into the finals after defeating Palmerston earlier today by 19 points. The other winners, Southern Districts, won by 80 points. McFarlane very nearly. Leroy Larson round the corner, high up and under. The other winners, Waratah. Big punch there, Jason Purantatamiri. Milne weighted down. He ran towards the boundary, then tried to bounce it towards goal. Albert Tipperwoody gave Peter McFarlane a big nudge. The umpire said it was legal though. Albert Tipperwoody forced to go laterally. The kick was no good though. And suddenly, it's St Mary's that go back inside 50. Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen, couldn't quite gather the footy. Mullins got it off to Scanlon. Short kick out of defence is good. Finds Vivian Kiranua. The Bombers need to move on, great, and that's not a good kick. A flying Vallejo gets a fist on it. Darren Ewing hasn't kicked a goal today. What can he do? He can hand this one off to Milne. He hasn't kicked a goal, but this man has, and that's his fourth. McFarlane bangs it through. The Saints kick clear, and you reckon they're going to win it from here, Gray Morris?
Yes, as I said, they seem to have things under control when they seem to push a button, don't they? The St Mary's guys, they get a bit of pressure on them and they just man up, get numbers around the ball. Lo and behold, another goal. So what's that? They're now 40 points, Doug.
40 points. And as you mentioned, Gray, 16 minutes into the third term, if someone told you that Stephen Milne, Darren Ewing and Matthias Liddy wouldn't have a goal to their name, you would eat your hat.
Yes, and that's my favourite hat too, so I wouldn't be too keen on demolishing that.
It's amazing, isn't it? The Dennis Dunn decider that didn't actually decide the Dennis Dunn.
Although, as we speak, Dave, Joel Bowd behind me has provided me with some salt and pepper, so...
Shaq McKenzie, here's Darren, pushes his opponent out. The umpire says it was legal. So this is to cut the difference in half. With a knife and fork like you'd be doing with your hat, Gray. Darren Ewing, he's going to have to kick from 20 metres out, and this would take him to 55 goals, one behind William Farrer of Southern Districts, who earlier today bagged 10. In comes Darren, he goes bang! And he's within one of done.
Yes, it sounded like a poem then, within one of done. And here he comes, the buffer. Number 18, of course, isn't he?
Gray, it's Valentine's Day today, as you know. He wrote you a poem today. It goes like this: on this glorious Valentine's Day, spread the love without delay. Head down to the grounds or listen to the sounds of AFL NTV's DK and Gray.
Gee, I might give you a job with my old mate Banjo. Banjo Patterson, of course.
Geez,
Banjo Kennedy.
That's good ilk. Banjo Patterson would not mind being associated with a man of his stature.
Well, I can tell you, Dave, any thought of a Tiwi comeback and any talk of me demolishing a hat are gone.
Yep, it certainly appears that way. The Bombers now really struggling, 46 points behind. Mullins kicks a real wobbler up towards Priest. It cleared him. Tungatalan and Cunningham. Cunningham was held on to. Free kick. Jared Cunningham, 2 goals to him. Kicks to a dangerous spot. Rupert Papungamiri was there. Ryan Smith, though, also. And Iggy Vallejo is going to get the clearing kick up towards Geary. Roy Farmer, though, came in to intercept, kicked it out of play. Boundary throwing to the far side at half forward for the Bombers, who need a goal and then need another one and then need another 5 to get back into this game. 18 and a half minutes gone on AFL NTV. 10-12-72 plays 4-2-26, Gray.
Just watching this tremendous St Mary's defence, how they zone off their players and man up when required. So very hard to score against.
Carlode inside 50. Milne takes the mark. Is he going to give the little handoff? No, he plays on and dribbles it home.
Well, they had no goals, now they've got 1 each.
That is textbook Stephen Milne. And that is goal number 11 for St Mary's, and they're kicking clear of the Bombers. Now, Gray, one thing that I want to mention, you talk about the Bombers, and you raised this point earlier in the game. They don't want to get smashed here because they are a competent side, and they've got a big final against Wanderers next week. They can't afford to lose this game by a big margin, can they? even though they do have people to come back into this side.
They definitely play on the juice extracted from mangoes over there on the Tiwi Islands, so they definitely want to go in with some type of form behind them.
You've got Meeson to come back in, bolsters the height. You've got Finch comes back in, that bolsters them inside. Ryan Semmel across half back, and probably a Christian Height to come back in as well.
Yes, Christian Hyde out with the Nils, we're told. So, yes, there's still some men to come back in.
Bombers building. Cunningham, he's been a shining light for the Bombers today. A handy inclusion. That handball wasn't very handy. Munkara dribbles it inside 50. 1-2 with Simon Munkara. Dion Munkara misses to the left-hand side. Minus score 4-3. 27.
Yes, high, wide, and not very handsome there from Dion, unfortunately. But so that puts them quite a way back. St Mary's once again have just closed things down, chipping the ball. Look at that precision passing.
Milne really should have taken the mark. He didn't, then kicked one high up in the air. It won't be paid if it's caught. It's not anyway. Jackson Geary spills out. Peter McFarlane. He kicks up towards the top of the square. Can they find a mark through Cameron Islet? No. Jason Purintatamiri, strong in front, takes the mark and goes short to Jonathan Mullins in the back pocket. He's got runners. One of them's Ross Tungatalam. He signalled his intentions before he even gathered the footy, and then went on the left foot to Lindsay the Submarine. Can't take the mark. Ben Rioli couldn't quite grasp it either. Tungatalam into mop up, spills out of play. Boundary throw in the true centre wing position, Gray, in front of the umpire's race, and of course one of the men out there in the Tangerines today, umpire Mark Noonan. 200 of the best.
Yes, 200 games of blowing the whistle. You'd think he'd be almost out of win, wouldn't you? But, of course, the other thing to talk about is number 2, if we watch this.
Ben Rioli had his legs taken out. Umpire said play on. Ben Armat tried to give a don't argue, dispossess. Shannon Rioli's in there. Umpire finds a high tackle, free kick. St Mary's. Ben Armat.
Great to see Ben Armat back in the side.
Will he keep his spot, Gray?
The Rolls Royce. Yes, so they're very highly rated by the coach.
McFarlane got up high. Wolbers weighted down. There's a role reversal. The Ruckman Rove got it to Cooper to Larson. He didn't take the mark. He gathered at ground level. Handball over the top. Albert Tippenwoody goes in. He can't quite gather cleanly. Geary ducked in to it, then got the handball off. Milne, he's got an absolute eternity to run in and kick another one. The green machine is well oiled today, and they're going to record another big win.
6 goals to nothing this quarter now, Dave, so I'm afraid the green machine is well oiled, as you said, and full of fuel out of Darwin Harbour. So yes, the cargo ship is unloaded and St Mary's have taken off. Well, I was going to say unfortunately, but it's just this terrific St Mary's side. Getting back to what I was saying, number 2 there in the back line for the Tiwi's, Jason Purintatamiri. Good to see him back. He tends to knit that back line together, but unfortunately they've been under siege tonight. But I'm sure as we move into the finals, Jason will be a very important cock.
Cameron Islet thrown into the middle of the ground, up towards Leroy Larson. He got a favourable bounce, can run onto it, palm one off, handball to Cooper, kick inside. Shaq McKenzie's there, so is Jonathan Mullins, so is Stephen Milne. He just kicked one a minute ago, got the handball off to Shaq McKenzie. His kick is partially smothered. It rolls towards goals. McFarlane gathers. He goes on the right foot. Has it bent enough? Not quite, just missed to the right-hand side. A minor score. Little smile on his face there.
Probably smiling about how much time and space he had, Dave. I think that's where the Tiwis have to tighten up.
6 goals, 3 to 1 goal, 1 this quarter. You can't get outscored by 38 points. You can't get outscored by 38 points to St Mary's in a quarter and expect to be in the running as Dion Munkara takes that out of play. Boundary throw in. 23, almost 24 minutes gone on AFL NTV.
Yes, and the horse, I guess you could call him a horse, is bolted. So we now look forward to next week when these Tiwi Bombers will line up against Wanderers in the knockout final.
Bombers up towards half forward. Williams and Cunningham Williams was nudged, but he did very well. Got it back to Jack Long. Look at this. The Saints have space. Ben Armat. He goes short. Mark is taken. They go inside 50. Almost a pick up there. No mark is taken inside 50. There's a whistle though. Not sure what this one's for.
No, it's a strange one. Just looking at Ben Ahmad, you were inquiring about his position in the side, Dave. Very highly rated by the coaching staff at Wanderers, at St Mary's. So you'll probably find that he will be an integral part of the side. Even though that long injury-enforced or ankle-enforced absence. But he's back and firing. They call him the Rolls Royce, and they don't call him the Rolls Royce for nothing.
Justin Wilson to come back in. Adrian Bonadio to come back in. As
Raphael, probably the biggest doubt surrounds Raphael Clark. He's got a niggling hamstring problem that may keep him out of the first week of the finals.
59 points the margin here at TIO Stadium. St Mary's in control. We're back soon after the three-quarter time break on hashtag AFLNTV.
After a hard day's work, you deserve it. When you're catching up with mates, you deserve it. Grabbing a bite with the missus, you deserve it. A drive after a few, you deserve it. A road safety message from TAO.
Every cigarette you smoke inside your car hurts the ones you love. And some of them don't have a choice. The next time you decide to have a cigarette, think about who else you're hurting. Smoking can kill those close to you. For help, call the Quit line.
Do you know a family in crisis? Contact the North Australian Aboriginal Family Violence Legal Service. We provide legal advice, representation, referral services and support to family and community. Break the chains of family violence today. Healing NT Families. For more information, call us today.
For Territorians, the roads are more than bitumen. They connect us. For TIO, it's the same. For taking us on safe journeys. For travelling free. For twists and turns. For turning the corner. For taking you back to health. Road safety for Territorians.
Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide for a great range of great brands at great prices. Get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Stop heat stress before it starts. Geminex has a wide range of hydration products, including camelbacks and cooling vests, air skis and coolers, rehydration drinks and accessories, all designed to ensure your safety in the sun. For a limited time, purchase a box of 20 Squincher 3.8 litre powder concentrate sachets and receive 2 3.8 litre coolers absolutely free while stocks last. Rehydrate, restore and recharge at Geminex, Winnelli and Pinelands.
We're back underway at TIO at St Mary's. They're going to record comfortable victory if things continue this way. The Dennis Dunn Trophy is the thing still to be decided. Free kick downfield against the Bombers. So another free kick coming up here for St Mary's. Leroy Larson is the man that put his hand up first to take it. He's going to go back and line up goal number 3.
Been very good, Leroy. One of his better games for St Mary's, and what a time to produce it on the eve of the finals. I'm sure he's waving at his coaching panel as he kicks his 3rd goal.
He's missed 2 grand finals, but he's put his hand up to say, if we make a 3rd, Rick, I want to be in the side. There's Leroy Larson's 3rd goal. And St Mary's extend their margin.
Yes, the machine, as you said, has found some castor oil somewhere, because it's lifted from about 150 RPM to about 3,000, and the Tiwi train being left behind. And as you said, David, we've got to be careful with the Tiwis that don't get overrun here, because they're going to come up with a very confident Wanderers side next week.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really big point, I feel, Gray, because Tiwi are such a massive confidence side, so they've got to be careful that they don't get smashed here. And at the moment, they're on track for a hiding if they can't stem the flow. Out of trouble here, Roy Farmer. Kick's no good. Jack Williams didn't quite take the mark. Whistle has gone. He's going to get a free kick.
That's been their problem all night, their delivery into the forward line. Although they haven't had a lot of movement from the likes of Matthias Liddy and Jared Cunningham, although Cunningham has kicked a couple of handy goals. And of course their forward line, in fact their forward thrust are their strength, Dave.
Mullins tried to trap it with his feet, couldn't quite. Geary towards McFarlane, back to Geary, to Williams, lost his footing going forwards. Geary emerges and puts it up towards the 50. Albert Tippenwoody came out to meet it, did very well, ran the line and then speared a pass out of defence. Cunningham gathers with a little bit of time. Boy from Yarra Glen pursues him, Ashraf Davies. And now Paul Scanlon plays on and just sends a mongrel inside 50. Liddy dives, can't take the mark, but Pungamiri is there. He's kicked a goal today, one of only 3 Tiwi goal kickers. Couldn't get it to Liddy. Cameron Islet kicks to his partner in crime, Jackson Geary, and the Saints have space. Stephen Milne took a bounce. The bounce didn't come back up to him. Was able to pick it up though. Here's Darren. What can he do? He got the handball off. McFarlane kicked a banana. Oh, missed to the right-hand side.
Yes, he went for the old-fashioned banana noodles and they ended up with a pineapple. And 0. No, sorry, he got 1 point, didn't he?
He got 1 point. So the Bombers trying to take the short way through the middle. Nicholas Daniels-Heenan, short one over the top is good. Finds Austin Wanamiri. Looks long towards half forward. Big fly there from Jack Williams, and also there at ground level.
That was the throw, I think, from Roy
Cantilla. Yeah. Cameron Islet.
They haven't fired at all, have they? Roy Cantilla, the other guy down there I was just looking at then. They just can't. Austin Wanamiri, of course. So it's been a very quiet night for the forwards, and of course Matthias Liddy.
Vallejo, long, and now Milne. He's inside 50. Got the handball off. Here's Darren. This is to tie the Dennis Dunn Trophy. It's a high kick. Can they shepherd it through? It bounces, and it bounces through! Darren Ewing ties up the Dennis Dunn Trophy with an incredible goal.
And any rumours that David has backed him to win the trophy have been revealed. Beautiful goal though by Darren Ewing, and well shepherded through by his teammates.
Well, the ball just appeared to hang in the air for an eternity. It must have felt like a long time for Darren as well, as that ball was just up in the air. And really, the one that copped the brunt of that was the microphone, Gray. I don't think it held up too well.
It's human bones and plastic don't really combine well, do they?
Saints go forward again. Geary on his own, can't take the mark. Adam Tippenwoody, now Justin Cooper. He emerges and kicks another one. Oh, the Saints have 2 goals in 30 seconds.
Yes, they're starting to dismantle the Bombers now, which is disappointing because this is the excitement machine, the Tiwi Bombers. We love to see them rolling down the ground in numbers, but they just can't find the opening. They can't get past half forward. This great St Mary's defence, of course, that has let through lesser points than anyone else. And, of course, now their forward line kicking goals at random, really.
Well, we've played 6 minutes in the final term. St Mary's already have 3 goals.
Just looking, Dave, they've let 1,000 points through. Everyone else is about 1,500 in the season.
Rock solid defence. As the Saints go forward once again, McFarlane juggling mark. 65 out from goal. Milne and Ewing are the 2 options. Ewing is deep, but eventually the ball's kicked shorter than that to McKenzie, who goes short. And now Darren Ewing takes the mark. And he's going to have a chance to win the Dennis Dunn Trophy, you'd say, Gray, but I don't want to call it prematurely. Liddy might kick a bag, but here we go anyway. Here's Darren Ewing for a little piece of NTFL history. Darren Ewing comes in with that lovely left foot and puts it across the face.
There's a big slice of cheesecake there, unfortunately.
So it's still all locked up in the Dennis Dunn decider. Darren Ewing, and if you've just joined us, Willie Farah. That's right, everyone, not Matthias Liddy. Will Farah, who bagged 10 goals earlier this evening to draw level. Geary inside 50, boofs out the back. Albert Tippenwoody able to take the mark though. And goes short, Adam Tippenwoody. 50 metres, says umpire Mark Noonan. Against Luke Stapleton for going over the mark.
And there he is, last season's rising star, Adam Tippenwoody. He's got a sore neck tonight too from watching the ball go over his head.
Now, this is what we spoke about earlier, Gray. At three-quarter time, so these 2 teams have only met once this season in round 7. At three-quarter time, the Bombers trailed by 15 points, and they went on to lose by a lot, 84 points.
Gee, that's a massive turnaround, isn't it? Well, it's not even a turnaround, it's just an increase.
And look at the Saints, they're going forward again. McFarlane towards Milne. You feel like it's only a matter of time before Darren hits the lead in his own right. Not on that occasion though. Wesley Black got it to Vivian Kiranua. To Roy Cantilla.
Been very quiet tonight, has Roy.
Up towards half forward, it's a nothing kick. Vallejo's onto it. To Jack Williams. Couldn't quite take it. To Shannon Rioli. It's messy. The Saints are going to get out of trouble. Vallejo with a clean handball to Forrest. He kicked up the field. No one there though. Roy Cantilla. Inboard and gives it straight back. Forrest to Anstes. Now the switch wide. Mullins is there. Stapleton was the target. Mullins did well. Got to his feet. Wobbled one inside 50. No one home for the Bombers once again. They're just cantering around. Ben Rioli. Carl Lode. John Anstes. Justin Cooper. Can't take it. Adam Tippenwoody. Once again, Mullins. Adam Tippenwoody. A little bit of a spin and then a kick up towards centre half forward. Wanamiri was absolutely sandwiched. Lost his footing. Saints going hard through Shaq McKenzie. He wins himself a free kick. McKenzie short. Ben Rioli. Little handball back to Vallejo. Up towards Geary. Couldn't take it the first grab. He's got a couple of Bombers to beat. Oh, he was so clean. Very well done. Shannon Rioli. A little side step. And then kicks out towards Milne, who's got so much space. Someone's got to pick him up. This time the boundary line wins out though. And it is a boundary throw-in.
Yes, they've had a comfortable night tonight, the St Mary's forward line.
Back into play. Ryan Smith taps it down. Geary to Cameron Island. 55 from home. Puts it in the path of Darren Ewing. Jason Purantatamiri, he's got for company, but he wins himself a free kick for a hold. And Darren Ewing. Here's the script, Gray. He had 54 goals coming into this game. Willie Farah kicked 10 to take him to 56. Darren Ewing now has 56. Now he has 57. And he has the Dennis Dunn Trophy for season 2014-2015.
Yes, only a late surge by Matthias Liddy will snatch it from him, but certainly the result of good lead-up play again by St Mary's, using the ball beautifully on a night when the ground is soft and the ball is even slipperier. What's that margin now? Got out to 84 points. Echoes of the early round game between these two in round 7, was it? That's Ewing's third goal.
It is Ewing's third goal, and it's the fourth goal of the quarter for St Mary's. 16-15, 111. The Bombers 4-3-27. You got to feel for Willie Farah. He had it. He had an incredible game, or he must have had an incredible game. Here's Rupert Papungamiri. The double, don't argue, didn't come off, holding the ball. Jack Long takes the advantage. You've got to feel for Willie Farah. Great, 10 goals today. That's a magnificent effort, isn't it?
At that big ground down there at Norbuild Oval too. Big, deep pockets and everything else, but obviously it went well.
Ross Tungatalan was dacked. Good enough to get the handball off, though. Then a flying Cameron Islet punched that one out of play. We're just playing out time now. Everything's decided. St Mary's will finish first. Southern Districts will finish second. Nightcliff third. The Tiwi Bombers fourth. And Wanderers fifth. Palmerston finishing sixth. The Buffaloes seventh. And Waratah finishing the season on the bottom of the ladder. But a win today. The winners today, Waratah by 15 points. Southern Districts by 80 points. And Wanderers by 19 points ahead of the NTFL finals that begin next week. Must also say, Gray, that the likely final schedule, as we'll just keep a track of this play. Cantilla's there. Spills out. McLean, Liddy, Wanamiri, Walbers, Mark McLean, and now Cooper can't quite take the mark. He got a free kick though. So the likely final schedule will see Southern Districts take on Nightcliff at TIO Stadium at 3:10. Tiwi taking on Wanderers at 5:35 live on AFL NTV as Milne goes inside 50. And maybe a little bit of cream on top of the cake for Darren Ewing.
Yes, nice little lead there by the Buffer, sliding into a mark. Casually looks up at the big grandstand here and waves at a couple of supporters. And he'll go back and kick his fourth goal, is it?
It is. Darren Ewing kicks goal number 4. Goal number 58 for the season. A season that has seen him win the Dennis Dunn Trophy.
Yes, the prestigious Dennis Dunn Trophy, the man who kicked in 200 odd games, I think he kicked 807 goals or something phenomenal like that. The great player from Melville Island, and he will hand it over this next month, in fact, to Darren Ewing, who I reckon will be the first St Mary's player to win it since Dunn. Just thinking through the last few years, there hadn't been too many big goal kickers at St Mary's.
Van Unen last year.
He'll be the second in succession, as I said last week, with Van Unen winning last year, of course. But there hasn't been many others.
Shannon Rioli from downtown, if you don't mind, hits the post.
So yes, a terrific effort by Darren. He Probably only played 50% of the amount of games that Matthias and Will have played. Of course, the question now, Dave, is can St Mary's be beaten in the finals?
No. That's my answer, Gray. Can they?
They seem to have everything going for them, don't they? They've got a lot of players to come back. A lot of hunger too, which is unbelievable after so many premierships.
Jack Long to Ben Rioli. Try to tap it to Ben Armat. Jack Long in again. Mullins now. Handball over the top. Forrest. And there's a runner in there. Not a good time to get involved as the runner. Against the Tiwi Bombers runner.
Looks like a St Mary's free kick. It's a big fellow there, runs back and gets the football. Willie Walbers. Probably owns his own chocolate factory there somewhere too.
Willie Walbers. Here he is, Walbers and Larson. It comes off hands. Roy Cantilla one way, then the other. Carl Load for company. Dribbles a kick. It somehow comes off to Scanlon, who lets one go into the stratosphere. It comes down with rain. Lands with Ozzy Wanamiri. Now Dion Munkara, short. Up towards Rupert Papungamiri. Had it fisted away from him by Anstez. Stapleton to Forrest. To Vallejo. To Shannon Rioli. To Cameron Islet. And then he can go short to Cooper. He's looking longer. No, in fact, he goes short to Cooper. And that's as easy as you like, great. Even I can see where they're going to kick it. He's going to go over the top to Cameron Islet.
Too many great players, too many different ideas, St Mary's. They do get jammed into a corner. They certainly find their way out. And with players like this guy on the side, very hard to beat.
In comes Cameron Islet, and he misses to the right-hand side.
It's the old saying in football, you give them a rap and they let you down. But Cameron hasn't let St Mary's down very often, and throughout his career he's been a terrific footballer.
17-17, 119. St Mary's, the Tiwi Bombers 4-3-27. Oh, good mark. It's taken Roy Cantilla. In towards the middle. Vivian Kiranua the target. Comes off hand. Stapleton. He's pulled up short from that contest. Still hands on haunches. Now he's moving. Meantime, up towards Smith. Disposed of his opponent. Kicked in the Ewing direction. He took a very nice mark. Edged his opponent perfectly. And he'll go back and line up number 5.
Jason Puram-Mary there with his hands in the air. And he's not calling for a taxi either, I can tell you.
Darren Ewing left his run late, but he got the job done. And he took the Dennis Dunn trophy as well. Goal number 5 for the Spearhead from St Mary's. Goal number 4, in fact, this quarter, Gray.
Yes, and he'll be doing the same for NT Thunder, we hope, in the NTFL season. As St Mary's career away here to looks like a 100-point win there. 98 in front now, Dave, which is disappointing for the Tiwis, who would have hoped for a competitive effort. They've got a lot of good players to come back next week, but as I said before, momentum is everything in finals football.
It certainly is, and at the moment, momentum wearing green and gold. Mullins threw himself in. Free kick not forthcoming. Saints move it up towards Cameron Islet. Couldn't quite trap it. Just tapped it to Carl Load. Got the handball out. Jack Williams left it behind and then got absolutely flattened. The umpire said free kick. And then 50 against Roy Farmer.
Yes, Roy Farmer wondering why. Obviously wondering why in a loud voice. Umpires don't like loud voices.
No.
As Roy's found out. So he'll sort of take 50 steps backward. And this guy, Jack Williams, he's another new signing too for NT Thunder during the week.
He's really put his name down as a quality defender for St Mary's. Maybe he can do the same thing with Thunder. What can he do up forward? He can go back and bang one through. Jack Williams joins the goal kickers.
And they've cracked the ton. Dave, 104 points.
It's an ugly scoreline for Bombers supporters. Like you're a Bombers supporter, aren't you, Gray? Not quite.
No, I've never been an Essendon fan. But 104 points on the eve of the finals. St Mary's, remember, have got next week off so that they can recover from any bruises and talk about who they're going to bring into the side, not so much who goes out.
Ironic, Gray, that during the week, the AFL and Essendon came to an agreement that the Bombers would play in the NAB Challenge. Yet the Tiwi Bombers today haven't fielded a side at all. 4-3-27 is all they've managed, and that was their score at three-quarter time. St Mary's just going on their merry, merry way.
And if they have fielded a side, it's only the reserve side, because they certainly haven't raised a yelp since about halfway through the second quarter, when they had a period there where they pressed St Mary's.
Geary inside 50, another mark for Milne. He looks towards goals. 21 and a half minutes gone in the final term. Hopefully not too much time left. Milne, let's go with a torpedo punt that just cannoned into the goalpost in the end, I think. Right into the base of the goalpost. So just a minor score. It's a huge scoreline now, 19-18. That's a huge barrel out of defence. Walbers. Justin Cooper, short one in the Milne direction. Albert Tippenwoody didn't quite trap it. Milne, ball on a string stuff. Got it to Walbers. He kicked a high ball inside 50. Leroy Larson edged Wesley Black under the footy and took an easy mark in the end. It's good body work from the young fella.
Yes, leaping Leroy. He hasn't had to leap that much tonight, because the ball is up more often than not ended up on his sternum bone. That's the one that protects the heart, Dave. And certainly his heart is pumping beautifully. There's Leroy's, and more importantly, he's put his name up for selection. So let's see what he can do with this particular kick.
Misses to the left-hand side.
He must have been listening to every word I was saying then. Probably forgot to turn the microphone off.
Put the mockers on him, Gray. 3 goals today, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the final term.
106 points, eh?
Let's put this into perspective for the viewers. At half-time, the margin was 26 points. The margin is now 104 points. The St Mary's aren't done with yet. They're inside their attacking 50. Jason Purantatamiri feigned the handball and then kicked it clear of defensive 50. Cunningham, Wanamiri, Lindsay the Submarine. What's happened here? Free kick. Bombers free kick. 23 and a half minutes gone in the final term on AFL NTV. As that kick's intercepted. Shannon Rioli to the hot spot. Darren Ewing caught slightly behind, and a push out is the result. Free kick and advantage. Tiwi Bombers. Out of defence through Albert Tippenwoody. Austin Wanamiri. Quiet day by his standards. Short Paul Scanlon. Keeps himself in very good nick, Paul Scanlon. And that kick is another mongrel down the line. Cunningham just managed to keep it in. Kicks towards half forward. But Vallejo streams out of defence, courtesy of a Stapleton handball. Put it towards Shaq McKenzie. Geary tapped it over the top. Lightning in the background as Smith kicks to the goal square. Milne's going to take the mark here. And it's going to be another goal to St Mary's. So Stephen Milne comes in, and it's as easy as you like.
Yes, kicks his third as the former St Kilda champion. And they're all smiles there. Having a look at Mr Ewing there, having a cool drink as he contemplates what's ahead of them. course, what's ahead of them is a week off, probably some hard training now under Big Rick Nolan, the coach. And then, of course, the second semi-final against the winner, Dave, of Nightcliff and Districts.
There you go. You can just hear the wind picking up there in the background of our effects mics.
Yes, wafting through, isn't it?
We won't show you guys a shot of the flags in the background. Some of our compatriots. What's happening here? Free kick. Priest. Long ball towards centre half forward. Liddy hasn't kicked a goal today. Hasn't fired a shot, unfortunately for him. It's a free kick, and it's going to go to Jared Cunningham. Bit of a consolation free kick. 2019 St Mary's. I think we've got the score out by a goal. They're out by 112 points as Cunningham comes in. He makes no mistake. A goal to Jared. He's kicked 3 today. The Bombers have only managed 5. And very much a consolation goal for the Tiwi Bombers, Gray.
Yes, and if people are concerned that that is a big aeroplane going overhead, it's not. It's in fact Cyclone Marara.
Cyclone Marara.
Which has hit a little bit earlier than that low that's forming in the Gulf.
Yeah, we are hearing some stories about that tropical low in the Gulf, maybe forming into a cyclone, Gray.
Yes, a little bit of concern for Territorians. But
no doubt our colleagues at NT News will keep us informed.
Yes, our colleagues at the Weather Bureau too, well on top of it, I'm sure, and probably watching this game live on AFL and TTV.
No doubt. And they're watching Shannon Rioli burst away from the centre, dribble to kick up towards Cooper. It's spilled out. Shaq McKenzie should kick a goal here, and he doesn't. He misses to the left-hand side.
Yes, Shark McKenzie, the boy from East Perth, or Broome originally. Been efficient tonight without being outstanding. Certainly will be one of the first picked in the side for the finals. And here's Jason Prune Tatameri.
He ran all the way out to the left-hand side or the far side of the ground, then came all the way back towards this side of the ground, and then Daniels Heating couldn't keep it in front of our commentary position, Gray, on AFL NTV. Well, it's not in front of our commentary position, nowhere near our commentary position, Gray.
Yeah, the Tiwi Bombers remind you of that old nursery rhyme, don't they?
Which one's that, Gray?
When they're good, they're very, very good, but when they're bad, they're shocking.
And that is the story of the day. What a way to wrap things up, Gray. St Mary's big winners on AFL NTV. The final score, 20-20, 140, just one extra point needed on our scoreboard. The Bombers, 5-3-33. The final score, or final margin, I should say, 107 points. It's been an absolute annihilation. We'll give you some goal kickers. Mark McLean kicked 1. Leroy Larson bagged 3. Jack Williams a late goal. Luke Stapleton kicked 1 early. Singles to Shannon Rioli and Justin Cooper. Stephen Milne kicked 3. Peter McFarlane kicked 4. And in the end, the major goal kicker on the ground and the Dennis Dunn Trophy winner for season 2014-15, Darren Ewing, snared 5 goals, finished the home and away season with 59 goals, 3 clear of William Farrer on 56, and 8 clear of Matthias Liddy on 51. The Tiwi Bombers, they only had 3 goal kickers. Jared Cunningham kicked 3, Ross Tungatalam 1, Rupert Papungamiri the other. Gray Morris, always a pleasure joining you, mate, but we would have liked a better game.
Would have liked a better game. I'm sure Willie Rioli, the coach of the Bombers, would have liked it too, but at least he can look forward until next week when we'll do it all again, Dave, but it won't be the Bombers, I don't think, or will it?
It will be the Bombers. The Bombers Beautiful. And the Eagles live on AFL NTV. It's elimination finals next week. Make sure you check our Facebook page, the NT News website for more details as they arise. But from Dave Kennedy and Gray Morris, a big thank you to Kick Digital, the wonderful team, Mark Knudsen, Levi and Ben. Thank you for all your help today, as always. From Dave Kennedy and Gray Morris, thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.